Yep, I am scruffy right now. It's been a while since I shaved. So hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. So I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. So this is gonna be a little bit of behind the scenes context for one of my most recent videos, When Dreams Turn to Nightmares.
Yeah, it was like a dream when I met you. Nothing I wanted more than to hold and protect you. However cold and stressful my day was, meant nothing to me. Cause long as I had you, I was happy, no touching me.
Usually I do these vlogs before and leading up to the music video release, but this time it's gonna be a little bit different. I did already release the video about a month. Why is this thing fucking crooked, mother? So I did release this video about a month or so ago, and it's one of the most personal videos to me that I've ever made. So to start out with, for those of you who didn't know, this entire album of Dreams and Nightmares was produced, mixed, mastered by myself. Nearly all the music videos off the album were storyboarded, directed, and edited by myself. I did have some directorial assistance from, I think, 2 different directors. I only used a different director on one video where I also assisted the whole process, and then several videos I had a buddy of mine, Kobe Barrett, who also helped me with this particular video. Me and him have been working together for a lot of years now. We have a great relationship, and he helped me with this video as well. So this video, When Dreams Turn to Nightmares, kind of touches a little bit on a relationship when it's fresh, when it's in the honeymoon stage. But even besides that, it touches on being in love with someone, and specifically my experience with being in love with my ex-fiance and the time that we shared. We both were together for 4 or 5 years, raising our 2 separate children together, her daughter, my son. That's a lot of what the video is about. The video starts out, I believe we're doing a pull-away shot in front of a liquor store. Me and the girl are in a good part of our relationship towards the beginning, and we're going in, and some of the footage I used, it's funny because, yeah, I have some other family videos that are on YouTube of us in stores, and I would grab like toy snakes or just whatever stuff was around and sneak around one of the aisles and scare my ex-fiance. It's another element that I put into it that just makes the video even that much more personal to myself, as I'm sure it did to her when she saw it as well eventually. So that's one aspect. In ending a relationship, I don't think I've ever been the type that just needed to really trash talk my ex. Usually I'm able to see the bright side, the good side, the positives and the negatives, and I don't mind sharing both. This particular relationship ended horribly. It ended about as bad as one could, I guess. But there was a lot of positives, and we shared a great connection. And I would be missing a big aspect of what the song is about if I didn't also mention that. The first verse of this song is all about being in love, the bond that we shared, how in love we were. That's what the first verse is about. And I wanted to make the story of the video match that same vibe, because what you'll find is that the whole verse is just building up to how good the relationship is. And when the second verse comes in, that's kind of when things start to fall apart. So I wanted to time that out when I was storyboarding and directing the video, and I think that aspect of it came out pretty well. The video also goes over how we introduced our kids to each other, the connection that we shared. If you guys pay close attention to the scene where we're doing gift exchange, she actually gives me a shoebox, and it's got a little message on there that she actually wrote to me when we were together. Another very personal aspect of the video for me. Me and this woman also did eventually, we didn't buy a house together, but we did rent a house together, and it was a very big move for us and the kids, and we shared that home together, I want to say, for maybe 2 years. It's a little hard to remember, but man, I miss that house. And the kids, man, the kids especially do too. So all of the events, nearly all of the events actually happened in some form or another, so that the story can really remain true to what actually happened in my life. I did also decide to piece together some footage from some of our old family videos, which I don't think my ex would like very much. I know she didn't, but I blurred them out, and it seemed very fitting for the video. I also took some audio and scratched that into the song, mixed that into the song as well, and that made it even more personal to me. Things that my son had said to her.
Happy birthday, Jennifer. I love you, Jennifer. I love you, Jennifer.
Things that, messages that he had left her. So I feel like that added so much emotion to the song, to the video, and I just felt like it was very necessary to do that. So eventually in the video, you'll find that things start going south, right? There starts to be some questionable things that start happening, things that seem like cheating. And as you guys can tell from if you watch the video, eventually I did catch some cheating. So after that very fun experience, that ended up leading to me actually doing the things that appeared in the music video. Once I did find my ex cheating, that actually led into a series of events that are very accurate to the video. Now, I wonder if I should even mention these or what the statute of limitations would be. I don't think it'd be wise to put the police report up on the screen, but I do have the police report from that night still, with pictures of the person who I allegedly you know. Anyway, so you know, those things happen. Many other things happen that aren't even in the video. Obviously, you can only squeeze so many events or bad events into such a short video, right? So also, I'm saying this very late, but for those who don't know, I am a full-time videographer. I've been running a full-time videography business for more than 6 years. So this has helped me a great deal with directing all my own music videos. I've been doing this stuff for a long time. So if you guys do have a director's, a photographer's, or a videographer's eye, you'll notice we were very strategic with shot placement, where we're putting the cameras, when we're looking at phones, when we're looking at facial expressions, when we're doing pullaways or push-ins. These are very videography-based terms, but all of these things were planned out ahead of time with cinematography in mind. Kobe Barrett helped me a great deal for when I couldn't be behind the camera myself. So obviously, things eventually go south in this relationship, and that's when we get towards the end of the video. And that is when me and my son are packing up boxes and we're leaving our home. So the home that we had shared for maybe 2 years, maybe more, it's really hard to remember. But, you know, eventually after the cheating, I thought I was going to stay. I thought me and my son were going to keep the house. But, you know, I don't know if you men have ever been in one of those situations. And maybe it's too personal. I don't know. Maybe I should just share how the shots were shot. But so the woman planned on leaving. Me and my son were going to keep the house. That was the plan. And then, you know, one day she came home and she's like, you know, I spoke to some of my friends and they said, I'm the female and you're the male and you should leave. I'm like, damn, after all, you know, after all that happened. But anyway, so that's what ended up happening. While my ex was at work, me and my son had to just pack up and move. It became too much of a toxic environment to stay. As much as we loved the house, as much as we did want to stay, as much as we were already heartbroken with the situation. So while my ex was at work, just felt like we had no choice. Me and my son packed up all of our things and we moved out that day. So that last scene is really what that was about. It's me and my son sharing moments, me comforting him. There's also obviously scenes of alcoholism, addiction, which were all present, obviously. And the song touches on the difficulty of families being split up, children being split up, siblings being pulled away from each other. So the last scene and the way it was planned out, I really was happy about the way it came out, the emotion that it was able to portray. And that was all the plan when it was storyboarded. And each shot, from just the panning shots from Junior sitting and me and him cuddling on the ground, the boxes being packed up, the fist bump, which me and my son do, and the little blow up thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Big Hero 6, but you know what I mean? We had to include that. So it's been my son's thing for years now. So the video wraps up with us packing up the boxes and moving out. And eventually me just depressed, drinking, watching old family videos on a computer, and that's how it kind of fades away. Also, I figured if anyone were wondering, I might as well include some other details that maybe people who watch the video might be curious about. So towards the middle of the video, you guys can hear that there's a proposal going on.
Are you listening? He wants us to let you know that you mean the world to him. He loves you very much, and that no woman has ever made him happy. Return to him with a question.
I remember chilling on the phone as the hours.
And I know it's blurred out, but basically what that is when I first proposed to my ex-fiance, I'd planned a trip to San Francisco and we went whale watching. So when my ex was younger, she always wanted to do something in marine biology. And now I think that my ex-stepdaughter wants to do something in that field too, which is a beautiful thing. But anyways, she was always very into aquatic life and things like that. So I planned a trip to San Francisco to go whale watching. It was my first time as well. It was a very special trip and a really dope experience. So before we went out there, I had contacted the captain of the boat. I wrote a spiel for him to read to her, and I planned on, while he was reading it, to get on one knee and present the ring to her, and it all worked out really great. I paid the captain some extra money, and he read off a spiel, part of which you guys will hear in the video.
Are you listening? He wants us to let you know that you mean the world to him.
And while he was reading it, got on one knee, presented the ring.
Has ever made him happy. Return to him with a question.
Everyone was screaming,
I remember.
and it was a good it was a good proposal. It worked out well. So we wasted a good surprise on you. No. So didn't end up working, but that's okay. You know, songs can't elaborate on entire experiences and everything you learn from the experiences a lot of the time. They're not, you know, songs aren't 10 minutes long, and it's not always good to make a song and talk about something that happened and what you got from it, what else you got from it, but also the good and you know, but I do like to share that through that extremely painful relationship, through the loss of the connection with our kids that lasted for a long time before the kids were ever able to reconnect which they were, luckily, which I'm very grateful for, because my son and his stepsister get along beautifully, especially with my son being on the spectrum. I am so grateful for that little girl and how well she gets along with my son and how well they're able to communicate. It's a huge blessing that they were able to reconnect in each other's lives. But yeah, the last thing I wanted to share that I feel like is kind of important, even though it's not related to how the video was shot, was just that when you go through things like this, I find that a lot of the time people just rag on their exes. They talk about all the negative things, never the good, which, you know, I guess kind of makes sense. But I learned so much from that relationship and that experience that I carried on into future relationships and into life after that relationship had ended. As much pain and as much damage was caused, I think that overall it was for the better for a lot of reasons. I think that it's important to be grateful for all the pain and all the experiences that we go through and to try to find the silver lining in everything. And sometimes that's obviously easier said than done, and it can be very difficult. And a lot of other things are coming to mind when I think of that, actually, with health problems and everything else. But anyways, I don't want it to be misconstrued that there's really any bad blood with anyone that's mentioned in the video. It's just a song that really helped me find closure, which is a beautiful thing with music and writing and art, is that instead of sinking ourselves into other people, sometimes we can reflect and we can find closure within ourselves in reflection and finding the silver lining and seeing the positives. And this particular album, which touches a lot on my last relationship, which was a while ago now, you know, these videos got delayed being put out. So not really as emotionally attached to them as I used to be, because they have been coming out quite a while after I made them. But at a time when I needed it most, my art, these videos brought me a lot of closure through one of the most difficult breakups and times in my life. So I'm very grateful for this album, for the music, for everyone that helped me create it, the actors that were in it, my friends that were in it, my friend Kobe that helped me shoot it. I'm very grateful for all the people that not only helped me with this particular song and video, but all of the songs and videos across the album. This might be the shortest behind the scenes that I've done for this. A lot of the time I'll touch on how the shots were done and the special things that we did, but I don't think we got a whole lot of behind the scenes footage for this particular song. But for anyone watching, for anyone that liked the video, for anyone that does and wants to leave feedback, a comment, their thoughts, it really does mean a lot to me, especially this song, as it being so personal, from every detail, from the moments when I wrote it to every scene that I storyboarded to all the details that actually happened. This song is one that was able to bring me closure, ending a relationship that I was so passionate about, that we shared so much time with, so many memories with children. You know, when there's children involved, it adds so much more an element of just pain and loss and regret and love and wanting to make things work and all these things. So the song and the video is just incredibly personal and close to my heart, and it meant a lot for it to come together and for me to put it out, and the time that it took, obviously, to do all the things, to edit it myself. All these things are very long processes. Even just to edit the video usually takes about 16 to 20 hours, and I edited nearly all the videos for these last 2 albums that I did. If you guys could relate to this music video, if you haven't watched it yet, I will link the video to this video, and it's incredibly appreciated. All of your feedback, your experiences, it means the world to me to read these comments and to see that it was able to touch anyone in the way that I know some of my favorite artists have been able to affect me through songs like this. So I will actually leave it there. To anyone that watched this behind the scenes vlog, I appreciate you guys. Go check out the full video if you haven't already. There is a lot more content coming out soon. So before I even put out these music videos, I completed 2 full albums. One of them I've produced, mixed, mastered, engineered, directed, all the things. And this album that I just began putting out now, I didn't produce the beats on it, but I did still mix, master, direct, edit, you know, all the things. So these are all very close to my heart. But yeah, a lot more content coming out soon. I still have many songs from the rest of the album of Dreams and Nightmares. I plan on doing a lot of behind the scenes videos for each release. And as soon as the full vlog that I'm making now gets put out, I'm gonna be releasing another song directly after, or another pre-vlog that's gonna lead up to the release of the next music video. I appreciate you guys watching. It means the most. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.